Hello, my name is Elwin, and I'm the founder of SmartBee Solutions. Today, I'm going to introduce RPA, or Robotic Process Automation, to you. So let's talk about the generic problems that are faced by not just companies in Malaysia, but globally. These are the issues that are faced. Essentially, a lot of people are struggling because there's too much admin work. There's constant hiring and multiple system chaos. So I believe this is not uncommon, especially if your company is above a certain size, where traditionally a lot of people would have bought a accounting software, an HR software, and maybe a sales software, and end up having multiple softwares that don't really talk to each other. That's the situation. While not only an ERP can solve the problem, RPA is also a great tool for situations like this. So let's go into the meat. What is RPA? In order to understand RPA, the first thing you need to know that RPA stands for bot. It's short for bot or robot. It is not a physical machine, it's just a software that acts like a super assistant to help the business in their processes. So this is very, very crucial in understanding that actually it's just a software. So if you understand this, then let's begin with a simple video.
So robotic process automation. Imagine your job is to come in the morning and you click on an email and you download a CSV file. And in that CSV file are maybe, like in this case, 25 addresses that you need to enter into a web page. So you're simply going to go in and copy the customer ID to the customer number and go back and get the first name, copy that into the first name of the web page. And this is how a lot of business processes run today. You copy stuff out of various data sources into a web page, or from a web page into an Excel spreadsheet, or vice versa. It gets really tedious. It's really error prone. There is a better way, and that better way is through robotic process automation. So with robotic process automation, we create an army of little bots, of little robots that we've trained with scripts to do exactly the kinds of things that we just saw a human do. So they're like pseudo workers for us. We're looking at the control room, and within the control room, we have a list of scripts that we've already written. We're going to look at the RPA demo script. And when we run that, now we can run it or we can schedule it. It can be scheduled by a timer or by incoming events, such as an incoming email or an FTP file transfer, those types of things. I'm going to go ahead and run it. And when I run it, it launches the web page and it starts to copy the information out of the spreadsheet into the web page and hit click submit. So that's basically RPA in a nutshell. It takes boring, repetitive tasks. It creates an army of robots. It gives them a script to follow. Really easy to set up, high value to businesses that are running off of spreadsheets, Access databases, and any other kinds of legacy applications that are hard to integrate in more of traditional IT sense.
Right, so that was a very quick video on RPA. So let me explain more. RPA is very, very good at doing repetitive tasks, basically to help consolidate data, do transfers, do order processing, do bank reconciliation. It's very, very good at this. It's very good at creating reports, as long as you have to come out with, assuming you have the templates, these bots can then go in, refresh all those reports based on new data, and then process them for you, and then even send you an email. It's very good with interfaces. So for example, you might have a WMS, and then for freight forwarding company, you will have your freight forwarding softwares, and you might have another accounting software. It will then bridge the three different softwares together without having to do any APIs or backend integration. This is where we call RPA as a front-end integration, where it will just do it on top of all the softwares. It's fast for gathering information. You can go get the bot to go look for archives or databases in your system and find specific information for you. Checking massive amount of data, again, for example, in the legal side or the HR side, where you need to check your records, you need to find specific information. The bot is very good at doing this. Data conversion, again, repetitive data massaging, where it converts one format to the other, where we can create mapping tables, whatnot. This can do it for you. And compliance. So basically, compliance means that with the bot, you can easily make sure that all regulatory requirements are done with precision. It can be done in detail, and they are able to do exactly what you tell them, which means the ability to meet compliance is actually very easy. For some major systems where you have ISO standard requirements, for example, the bot will just follow the exact process without changing your process. Again, the bot is not here to change your process, it's to help be the super assistant for you, right? So that's a very important point to note. So when we talk about digital transformation, the first thing we always talk about is to help a client connect to the customer and supplier. From there, we have data capture. That means data entry. It can be manual data entry, it could be OCR, it could be digital sensors and whatnot. Then from there, you transfer the data to some form of database before you massage the data to then make useful analysis of it. Usually, this is where the reporting comes in before business decision is done. So this is how information would flow from one end to the other. RPA comes in very nicely when they do data transfer and data processing. In SmartBee, we help people in data capture and smaller things like database and using cloud storage and whatnot. So with combination of what SmartBee is offering and RPA combined together, we streamline and cut out the bulk of the middle processes. Of course, for many of the clients, they would probably have their own systems, and that's fine. So this is where RPA can help improve their processes. Now, if you understand that, then you understand how RPA can work with business process improvements combined with other ERP, either warehouse management systems, either freight forwarding systems, or any form of local systems. And RPA works very, very closely with it, and potentially in the future come out with machine learning's capability. Just to be clear, RPA is not machine learning, but it will be working hand in hand with them. RPA is a bit like an API where they integrate digital processes, mobile applications, and web portals into a company's main system. Right? It could be multiple variations of it. So then when people talk about evolution and talk about future technologies, people then talk about AIs. Although RPA is not AI, it is a core component in providing the volume of the data to then do big data learning. So essentially, RPA is very process driven. You have robotic desktop automation where you do a bit more manual intervention. But RPA can also do digital triggers to increase process automation. And then eventually, once you have the data, then you have machine learning and AI. As you can see, the complexity increases, but RPA is a lot more the doing. The thinking is more a little bit later. A bit more on the technology evolution is whereby actually you look at RPA and AI and machine learning. Actually, both of them are equally weighted. Of course, then we talk about how we can help a company grow by combining different technologies. We have Internet of Things, we have distributed ledger. A good example of this is actually blockchain. Of course, there's cloud computing, and so on and so forth. So this is just a very big picture view. Essentially, RPA is a super assistant. It helps you do different functions of the business. It helps you streamline the tasks in your organization. A simple case study is whereby most people will then tell me what the task is. They will talk about monthly, in this case for example, they receive a lot of data from sent from a client to the team. The team will do data processing and eventually upload it to the system. But then it's not enough. We need to go down to a more detailed level, irrespective of which processes that you do in your business. We bring it to the next step to say, oh, actually, the client sends a specific file to the admin team. The admin team transfers the information into a specific upload template. The file gets validated manually before they upload it into the system, where there are new information, new files or templates are taken from a database and then upload to the system again. In this example, what I'm really trying to say is, if you compare a task, a process like this, we need to have a clear idea of what the tasks are. Then from here, we have identified that all the blue lines are where RPA can take over already. Again, the 20/80 rule, right? So if all these small little tasks can take up 80% of the time, let RPA do it. The red line is where the RPA can't do it for now. I say for now because SmartBee will help the client work on simplifying the process, changing the SOP, or making it RPA friendly. So that would be stage 2 or stage 3, whereby we'll look at the red line and say, okay, how can we improve this? So that eventually, to bring this whole thing to be 100% RPA friendly. All this takes time, but I think if you understand the 20/80 rule, then you understand how we would help the client improve. I'll show you a next video.
Today we'll look at how robotic process automation can increase employee productivity and remove time and cost from business processes. We'll use an account opening example to see how robotic process automation, or RPA, reduces manual processing time, eliminates copy and paste errors, and improves customer service. The process starts when a call center rep offers a new line of credit account to an existing customer. The rep uses IBM Business Process Manager, or BPM, to document the customer's request, including specific details about the property being used for collateral. All other customer information will be pulled from existing systems when a sales assistant creates the account. When the call center rep submits the request, BPM automatically launches an automated decision service in IBM Operational Decision Manager, or ODM, that determines the allowable amount of credit. Since the credit decision completes in real time, a task is immediately generated for a sales assistant to manually create the new account. It takes a sales assistant about 20 minutes to open this new account, but due to a 3 business day backlog, the account can't be opened until next week. It will therefore be several days before we send the customer documents to sign. The following week, a sales assistant opens the task and sees the information entered by the call center rep. She also sees the credit limit and a credit limit confirmation ID that was assigned by ODM. The sales assistant's task is to now use this information along with information from 2 other applications to open a new account in the line of credit account system. The assistant starts by logging in to the Customer Information Master System. She then copies the customer number from BPM into the master system in order to retrieve master customer details. She then logs into the line of credit account system in which she will open the new account. She returns to the customer master system and one by one copies and pastes all 9 values into the account opening system. She then goes to the BPM system and again one by one copies 10 values into 11 fields in the line of credit system, since one of the values must be pasted into 2 separate fields. She then logs into a government website to obtain the official tax value of the property being used as collateral. She copies the property information from the BPM system to the valuation website and retrieves the tax valuation and assessment date. She copies these 2 values into the line of credit account system and is finally ready to click Create Account. This causes the system to open a new account and generate an account number, which she pastes into BPM. That completes this human task and causes the BPM system to move to the next step in the process, which is to prepare the documents and send them to the customer for approval. The sales assistant is now ready to move on to her next task, after taking a quick break to grab a cup of coffee. That manual task, which took 20 minutes to perform, required logging into and navigating 4 applications and copying and pasting 36 fields. Now let's replay the exact sequence of events using robotic process automation. RPA is able to record all the actions performed by the sales assistant and then play back the actions on command. This includes logging into applications, navigating to specific screens, controlling applications using the mouse or keyboard, and copying and pasting values between applications. Let's watch as IBM RPA completes this account opening task less than 45 seconds after the call center rep clicks the Submit button. Using RPA, we were ready to send documents to the customer 45 seconds after the call center rep finished speaking with them, which is a much more efficient and effective outcome than having to wait 3 business days for a sales assistant to spend 20 minutes performing this repetitive and error-prone task. The benefits of using RPA in this example are pretty clear. First, we were able to respond to the customer in 45 seconds versus 5 calendar days. Second, we eliminated the copy and paste errors that often occur in as many as 10% of manually copied customer records. And third, we can free up our people from this type of mundane and repetitive work so they can focus on the things that humans do best, things like providing personal empathy to customers or using creativity to solve problems or find new business opportunities. IBM Robotic Process Automation, along with business process management and operational decision management, can help increase employee productivity and improve customer service. And who knows, maybe now your employees will visit the coffee machine to boost their creativity instead of just to stay awake.
So that's it for my presentation. Hopefully you find this useful, and do send me any questions, if any. Alright, thank you very much, and hope to hear from you soon.